Well, I've had this compost bin for a while, and I'm at the stage where some of the compost is close to ready. Now, ideally, I would have made 3 separate bins. This one here has some material that's not ready, but as you can see, a lot of that looks like dirt. There's a lot in here that could be used as compost, but I need to strain it because this right here is just not going to do. But if I can strain some of that, yeah, I can start using it immediately, as opposed to this section over here, which I've done nothing with over the fall and winter except for continue to add material to it. So once I strain out the other stuff and take it out, I'm going to shift this over to this bin over here, and eventually over the spring and summer I'm going to add a third bin. So I have this for new material, this for material that's partially been cured, and I have a third bin over here that I will use for the finished product. So let's get to making that strainer because I'm ready to use some compost. So with my shifter, and I know I called it strainer the other day, but pretty much the same thing. I need something I can use to shift out the larger pieces out of my compost, but also I can shift it out of my out of some of the dirt that I bought, because sometimes there's larger pieces and I want some dirt that has less of the larger stuff that's easier to grow through. Some items tend to grow better with soil or a growing medium that has fewer larger particles in it. So this shifter, I've already cut the boards. As far as what size I'm going to use, this is 22 inches wide. It's going to be 34 inches long. I chose this size partially because I believe I can handle the material that's going to be put in this shifter. It's not going to be the lightest thing once you take the wood and you put material in it and you got to shake it back and forth. Some people might need one that's a little smaller. Other people might feel comfortable using one that's bigger. Some people might want one where one person will grab this side, one person will grab that side, and it's really big. So what size it is, it's really depending on how much weight you feel comfortable with shifting the material out of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-drill some holes here. Pre-drill holes, if you didn't hear me. I'm going to do the first one here, then I'm going to go on back and do all of them. Then I'm going to, yeah, you guys looked at my bald spot. Now the reason I pre-drill up my holes is if I just took this screw and screwed it up in there, it might split my wood. I don't want this to be damaged. I want my wood to be Bear is barking at the dog across the street because the lady is walking her dog, and this time of day when she walks her dog, he immediately starts barking. And I don't know if I can get him to shut up. Anyway, hopefully I can get the rest of this done. These boards are 2x4. Let's see what type of material it is. I can't tell if it's pine or oak, but basically it's a lot of the same material that I use for some of the posts on my fence. Now I know some carpenters or people who work for it a lot might say that I should use a square to keep it perfect, but this is just a shifter. It doesn't have to be absolutely 100% perfectly square. That's pretty good. So that's pretty good. 2 squares each corner. Or that's pretty good. 2 screws on each corner. Now is the part where I have to add my screen to it. This screen, and the size of it, I will actually put on my and this is the part I don't like. There are a couple ways you can put your screen on. I'm going to use a staple gun. I'm just going to go across the top of it like this. So this is my shifter, and obviously I have been using it. And this, I filmed this whole thing, and when I looked at it when I was showing the shifter, you can only see this, and I was way up here. So okay, all done. Hope you can see me. I guess my supervisor is over here. So this is pretty much the final product. I'm going to clean up some of the edges on it. It's not perfectly square, but it's square enough and it's solid. Hey, Prince. He comes to inspect it too. So let's see how this works. Now all these big pieces here, all this stuff here can go right back into the compost. So anyway, here's the final results though. Compost. Not perfect, but that's pretty doggone close. I've already used this for planting onions and some potatoes. It's a great idea. It's a great idea to save a little money. It's also a great idea to help keep items out of the landfill. Isn't that right, dogs? Prince, Bear, you guys want to say anything? So if you want to save some money on the gardening, and trust me, it can get kind of expensive, go ahead and make your own compost. So you can save some money and also help keep things out of the landfill. So let's get on out there and get a little dirty. Yeah.